Imagine run how you down, press face east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kadash. Ayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakuka. Taba'ah. Razaka. Ayah. Aisha. Baharataza. Kawa. Ayah. Shemayim. Nana. Come. Call. Yawam. Wasalat now. Wapi now. Kasalat now. Wapi now. Wala Tabiya now. Wanasaya Abba. Awashaya now. Mayan. Right. Kaya. Laka. Malakwa. Wa'ala. Wa'adbar. Walayim. Amma.
In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. Give us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. Amen.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah. Ayanja. Alahari. Mayan. Yaba'ah. Azari. Ain. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemayim. Warataza. Aliyatan. Number what? Regalka. Ayanawan. Marka. La'a. Yanawam. Wala'a. Yashan. Shamar. Yashala. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Zalka. Yad. Yanka. Yawamam. Shamash. Yakaka. Wayarak. Wayala. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Call. Right. Yashamar. Aknapashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Tadafka. Wabaka. Mayata. Why? I will.
In the English, I lift up mine eyes. Unto the hill. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from the Lord. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee when I slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel. Shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. From this time forth. And even forevermore.
Prayer for the Hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Bashimi Avashah. Avakashah. Dananawa. Hakak. Baba'ah. Kamakala. Wakamanawa. Hakak. Latahar. Amatazariah. Hakak. Ahaklim. Amati. Hakak. Arakawaf. Atama'ala. Adarsha. Bashimi Avashah. Waramah.
The power in the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the leper.
Power to cleanse the leper.
The power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Prayer, bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashim Yahweh Shai.
Bashim Yahweh Shai.
Barak Lanao.
Barak Lanao.
Vayashala.
Vayashala.
Vabiyah.
Vabiyah.
Safari.
Safari.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapa'ah. Magun.
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 Say the name of loved ones once. Everyone repeats the name once.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
ISUPK Minnesota.
ISPK Minnesota.
Israelite School UPK.
Israelite School UPK.
Generals.
General.
Captains.
Captains.
Officers.
Officers.
Troopers.
Troopers.
Students.
Students.
Sisters.
Sisters.
Children.
Children.
All of Israel.
All of Israel. All of Israel.
All of Israel.
All of ISPK.
All of ISUPK. Let me check this out. If anybody want to pray for somebody online, put it in the chat.
Irma Johnson.
Irma Johnson.
Okay. Sammy Floyd.
Sammy Floyd.
Corey Floyd.
Corey Floyd.
Frank Rogers.
Frank Rogers.
Stanley Hall.
Stanley Hall. House of Kanaga Bar.
House of Kanaga Bar.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Tati.
Tati.
Rakawana.
Rakawana.
Anybody else? Izara.
Izara. Bashim Yahweh Shai.
Hold on one second. UPK Minnesota.
UPK Minnesota.
Paulette.
Paulette.
Brooks family.
Brooks family.
All right, if we miss anybody, we will be saying the prayers towards the end of the service. Keep on. Go ahead.
Bashim Yahweh Shai.
Bashim Yahweh Shai.
The water of month.
In the English, Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Bless us in Israel.
Bless us in Israel.
In the school.
In the school.
Bless He'll shield protect.
Bless He'll shield protect.
Loved ones.
Loved ones.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Elohim.
Elohim.
Al-Damayah.
Al-Damayah.
Lakah. Al-Dakarash.
Al-Dakarash.
Al-Dashakwat.
Al-Dashakwat.
Al. Kayahana. Yabdika. Yahama. Yawan. Rash. Al-Imaka. Yayama. Subara. Wayata. Yatazawa. Al-Tazawapanka. Kamarwa. Kawa. Nakidam. Magalia. Bala. Yazakar. Sham. Yashala. Iwata. Kaya. Natazawa. Daba. Yakadwa. Kalyaka. Barya. Yakarathwa. Alia. Awam. Wad. Yashamai. Alayam. Mo'aba. Wagari. Bo. Waimawan. Waimalat. Kalasha. Ain. Yashabi. Yazawar. Gum. Ashawar. Nalawa. Imam. Hayawa. Zarwa. Nabanya. Lawat. Selah. Asha. Laham. Kamadian. Kasiyasara. Kayabian. Barakao. Kayashwan. Nashamadwa. Bayandara. Ayawa. Naman. Dama. Sayatamba. Nara. Ya. Mawa. Kayarab. Wakazabak. Wakazabak. Wakazazal. Manai. Call. Nasayakamba. Ashar. Amarwa. Narasha. Nawa. Yahweh, Elohim, Elohim, Shadama, Galka, Klash, Lapanya, Raka Ash, Abara, Yaira, Wakalahaba, Delahat, Ariam, Khan, Daradapma, Basiraka, Ubasa, Paska, Tabalaham, Malah, Panyaham, Dalawan, Wabakashwa, Kash, Yahweh, Yabashwa, Wayaba Awa, Aya, Ai, Wakapawa, Wayabadwa, Wayadawa, Yata, Sumka, Yahweh, Badka, Ayawan, Call, Aharatazar.
In English, keep not thy silence.
Keep not thy silence.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
lo,
thine enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
Have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden one.
And consulted against thy hidden one.
They have said.
They have said.
Come. Let us cut them off from being a nation.
Let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Israel.
That the name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
May be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against
thee. They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
Tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
The Hagarim.
Hagarim.
Jabal.
And
Ammon.
And
Amalek. The Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre.
The Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre.
And Shua also joined with them.
Shua also was joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah. Doing to them as unto the Midianites.
Doing to them as to the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kisan.
The brook of Kisan.
Which perished at Endor.
Perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make the nobles like Oreb.
Make the nobles like Oreb.
And like Zeid.
And like Zeid.
Yea. All the princes as Sabbath.
All the princes as Sabbath.
And as Samun.
And as Samun.
Who said. Let us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves.
The houses of God in possession.
The houses of God in possession.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As to stumble before the wind.
As to stumble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As fire burneth the wood.
And as flames set the mountains on fire.
And as the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
Persecute them with thy tempest.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
O Lord.
O Lord.
Let them be confounded in trouble.
Let them be confounded in trouble.
Forever.
Forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
That men may know that thou.
That men may know that thou.
Whose name alone is Yahweh.
Whose name alone is Yahweh.
Art the most high over all the earth.
Art the most high over all the earth.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Name of Yahweh Shah.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Some evils and curses.
Some evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
That speak against us.
Like prophets.
Like prophets.
The teachers.
Teachers.
The princes.
Princes.
The priests.
Priests.
The Israelite brothers.
Israelite brothers.
In the school.
In the school.
Some evils and curses.
Some evils and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose.
And shake loose.
The treasure of the rich of Israel.
Treasure of the rich of Israel.
They refuse to give to the school.
They refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches.
Force their riches.
To enter thy sanctuary.
To enter thy sanctuary.
To evils and curses.
To evils and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nations.
To the nations.
And the drug.
And the drug.
The court systems. The prison systems. Planned Parenthood. All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of my enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
Islam.
Christianity. Egyptology. Militia. Ku Klux Klan. Aryan Nation. Skinheads. Cosmopolitan. The gay movement. The lesbian movement. Spies. Words of witchcraft. Nazi space program. Army. Navy. Air Force. Marines. Wall Street. Open up the internet. And the airways. Cable access channel. And the radio channel. Convict the spirit of any of thy people. That seek to stop us. And bring swift destruction to all the heathen.
And bring swift destruction to all the heathen.
That stand in the way. And try to stop us. And broadcasting your word.
Broadcasting your word.
To the planet Earth.
Not the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Through the earth and consume
Through
it.
the earth and consume it.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief.
And the murderer.
And the murderer.
Let Yahweh shine.
Let Yahweh shine.
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel.
Come down to flying saucers.
Down to flying saucers.
Punish all the heathen.
Punish all the heathen.
That come up against us.
That come up against us.
As we speak thy word.
As we speak thy word.
Cause to be known by all.
That be known by all.
That is the angels that have done it.
That's the angels that have done it.
Cause it spread through the media.
That it spread through the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Causing the shake at thy
Cause them
coming.
to shake at that time.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
And you shall.
Thank you always.
You always.
So be it.
So be it.
Sorry.
So.
Sorry. Yahweh Shah.
Laya Shala. You shall be, which means be seated.
Shalom Israel. Yeshua Minnesota. Sabbath service. All right. Salaki for the late start. Traffic is one hell of a thing. You know, difficulties getting here. But now we're here, so you know, we're still gonna keep the show running as we always do. Can you get the scriptures? It's gonna be Ezekiel 16 and 57 through 63. Yep. So today we are going to actually finish up chapter 16. The last 7 verses. Actually, there's only 7 verses left in this chapter. So then we are going to move on to chapter 17. I'm really excited to move forward with Ezekiel because I want to get into the 30s of this book. So that's when it really starts to get very deep, very personal, if that makes sense. All right.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's going to start talking about examples of how things like blood can be on your hands. A situation where it can and cannot be on your hands. And that's going to be one of those great classes coming up.
Right.
All right. Because it's a lot of things that we have to get into to break all that stuff down. Okay. And we're getting there, man. We are getting there. I mean, if we have the orders, we'll read 4 chapters in one service setting. You know what I mean? But that's not how it works traditionally. Okay, we ain't gonna, try to add to, our tradition or take away from it. But all right, so let's get to it. Oh no, it's like yeah. Come. All right, so last week, what did you guys talk about a little bit?
I'd have to go back into the it was mentioning the sisters, it broke it down metaphorically talking about the 2 sisters.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, actually, yeah. Okay, yeah, I do recall that. Kind of. As far as sin and all that stuff in the captivity.
Right.
Pretty much how we act like the other nations, right?
Right. And also too, what it is also too, this also kills the whole, this is off topic, but it kills the whole thing about, monogamy.
Right.
Like the Most High is just monogamous. They said the Most High just had one wife and that was the church, which is true. Yeah, no doubt. Right. But at the same time, we see it more metaphorically split into 2 women right here.
Right.
That he groomed for himself. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So,
once again, that carnality.
All right.
Carnality will get you in trouble.
All right. And
who's carnal is going to be our oppressor, and that's where we get that from.
You're right, exactly. And it's heavy that you mentioned that because people think having multiple wives is carnal.
Yeah, no, it's not. It builds a family.
Yeah, exactly. That's spiritual.
That's spiritual. But here's the thing, though. A lot of people think that it's based on lust, lust and just want to be with two women and stuff like that. No, it has something to do with building a family. Now, everybody's intentions about having multiple women may not be how it is according to the Bible.
Right.
You feel me? So that's one thing that we got to get cleared up.
Right.
Because us in EPK, when we get wives, right, there's rules to having multiple wives, and I hope everyone understands that. Yeah. Now, if you are a disgusting, lustful pig who thinks that you can just get multiple wives and thinking that all of y'all can be in the same room together in the bedroom, no.
Right.
No orgies. No.
You can see those dudes right there. In reality, what they are, they still monogamous minded for real, because they figure, well, if I'm gonna have another woman, then my wife gotta have some fun in this too.
No, that's
the way that they thinking though.
That's
very because if I don't let her get in on it, then she ain't gonna like it.
Yeah, no.
You see what I'm saying? And she ain't gonna want to be, polygamous if I don't allow her to get in on it.
Yeah, no, that's very, very disgusting.
And just imagine where that leads to, because where it's eventually going to lead to is she gonna want another man.
There you go. Now,
that's where it's going to lead to.
And that's usually how it happens. You know what I mean? And now also too, the woman wants the man to do stuff to her man. And all that, filthiness. That's nasty.
Right. And she's sitting there talking about, I've been doing all this with old girl. I've been doing. Man, what about seeing you get hit?
Oh no.
I'm sorry. I could. Good night. I cannot deal with you. Salashi. That's.
But that's how it gets out of me.
I can't take you nowhere. Man, that's
50-50. We 50-50, ain't we?
Right. That's crazy. That's never in my life. It's funny though too. Like being in the world, like I never liked the girl on girl action, and people used to think I was gay. I just it didn't do nothing for me. I just thought it was weird, and that like I tell people all the time, like, you have a problem with gay men, but you don't have a problem with gay women.
Right.
It's like I tell people all the time, like, you're still dealing with homosexuality.
Yeah, and it's still equally as messed up.
I said there's a problem with both. You should have a problem with both.
Yeah, absolutely. It should not be one-sided.
Right.
You feel me? Like, because that's hypocrisy.
Right.
I just tell people that all the time, and they like, so you telling me if you saw two girls kissing, you ain't gonna get hard off of that? No, that's disgusting. I always ask people this, because you see your mom and auntie kiss. Now, like, oh, what the hell? Why'd you say that? Ain't they both sisters?
Yeah.
So we look at that perspective when you see two sisters doing all manner of nastiness with each other.
And see, you know what they be thinking though? They be thinking, that they see two women kissing, that I'm definitely gonna be able to get in on that.
Yeah, that's right.
But they already know what the hell you thinking. And the reason why they kissing all in front of you is to show you what you can't have. You know what I'm saying? They flaunting their sexuality for each other right in your face. You know what I'm saying? And you better not even try anything. There's the type of women that like is, making out with each other, and the dude be in the corner somewhere beating off or something.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real though.
And those type of women, I'm just keeping it all the way a buck. They hate dudes. They hate men.
Yeah.
One thing, they envy men. You got a body part that they don't have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They envy men. And they'll hate men, and then dump a man for a woman that act like a man, that look like a man, which makes no sense at all.
It's stupid.
You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't make any sense.
Dump the man and go get her a butch, thinking that the butch is a better man. when the butch got a strap her brought on.
And that's a mental disorder.
Yeah, it's a horrible mental disorder.
That's a horrible mental disorder. Like you say you hate men, but you're taking pieces of a man to try to use to satisfy your lesbian relationship.
Right, you're a Frankenstein hoe.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's just stupid. It's idiotic. And I tell people all the time, like, you have a mental disorder.
Right,
the fact that you think that a woman can do something better that a man can't.
And the thing about it, but it really is they just bent on doing what is evil. And that's just really what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It really is.
They bent on doing it. If it ain't evil, it don't excite them.
Exactly.
That's why they make sure that they get with the wrong kind of man.
Yeah, you know what too? I'm glad you said that because with the whole LGBT thing, okay, like the scripture where it says in Isaiah, they declared their sin as Sodom.
Right.
Like homosexuals, they thrive off of pushing it in your face to make you mad. And I mean that's what the whole gay pride thing is about.
Right. It's provoking you.
Yeah. Provoking. That's why they have the whole parades. They just trying to flash all the sexuality in front of you.
Right.
And that's crazy. Like that is crazy, man. You have a mental disorder.
And people don't understand that homosexual spirit is a very aggressive spirit. It's real aggressive.
It is
extremely aggressive. I mean, think about it. Not just in that kind of way, but also too, as far as even in warfare.
Yeah.
Just think about it. Look into the history of homosexual empires like Rome, Greece, Sodom and Gomorrah. You ever notice that these were the top military powers on their day?
And they have a lot of homosexuality in their culture.
They were, a matter of fact, they were the starters in the real World War I. You know anybody know where the real World War I started at? The real World War I started with Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what there was the real. Remember with Abraham when he had to get Lot, all that stuff that was going on then. That was the real World War I. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, also too, the proof of that is like you said, Sodom and Gomorrah. That's Genesis of the 19th chapter. Like they were trying to break into Lot's house,
right,
to get these two men who they did not know were angels out of this man's house. And even Lot was going to give up his daughters to these men.
Right.
Just to save the two men. Like, goddamn, he's going to give his daughters to be violated by this man.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's crazy. It shows how aggressive they were to try to get this man. They were trying to get some man butt.
Right.
You feel me? And they went that far to try to. Yes, and they do have a very aggressive spirit. They're fighting as hell too. Yeah. That's what a lot of people will not tell you.
Alexander was a homo.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? They ended up conquering the goddamn world. Hitler, all of them damn, you know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, the ones that rule the earth today. You know what I'm saying? It is a very, very violent spirit. And look at all the families of the Canaanites.
Man.
All of them were powerful. Well, as a matter of fact, that's who we had to go to war with, just coming up out of Asia.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The 7 nations of the Canaanites, whom nobody could beat. Egypt was a damn homo nation too. Nobody could beat Egypt.
Right.
That spirit has a serious, you know what I'm saying? You know, a serious demon in them. And it's funny because the people that embrace it the most seem like the strongest. Like in the Arab countries, they own it too, but they own it at a low level. They're not going to bring that shit out in public.
Yes.
They're not going to do that. They'll put that in their little cubby hole crowds, their little secret societies and all of that. Mm-hmm. But that's not some stuff that you're going to see on the norm. They're going to be totally against that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But a country like America, who puts it right in front of your face, you know what I'm saying? They are the top military power right now, but woe unto them once, you know, they got to pay the piper.
Yeah.
The Benjamites. Remember the Benjamites that was embracing all of that? Ended up beating all the 11 tribes.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
They ended up, we had to, they whooped us twice. They whooped all the rest of the tribes.
I remember that.
Twice.
I remember that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn, yeah,
and then they had 700 dudes. Now, see, here's the thing. All of them wasn't on that homosexual stuff. You know what I'm saying? All of the Benjamites was not on that. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing about it. The ones that wasn't on that, they want to deliver up the ones that was. You see what I'm saying? So they was guilty by association.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing too. So when you got dudes out there talking about, well, I mean, shit, gay people, we people just like us. And he's that kind of nigga. You gay by association.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Those dudes were still gay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
still.
Yeah.
And it's awfully crazy because the Most High destroyed all the women in Benjamin. Anybody remember that? He killed all of the women. Why did he do that? Anybody know?
Oh, you know what?
No.
I forget. It's been a couple of years since I've read that. And we just talked about this.
Right.
Damn. I forgot what you said.
The Most High killed all the women because they were the ones that were producing these dudes, the download dudes, all of this stuff. They were the ones. That's why the Most High killed all the women. And so the dudes that was left didn't even have no wives. Because there was no women in Benjamin anymore.
Right.
The Lord destroyed all the females in Benjamin. Right. Because of that.
I do recall.
Because they are the goddamn ringleaders behind that stuff. That's why the scriptures say, suffer your daughter not to be a whore lest the land fall to whoredom. Because she be the leader in the down low stuff, the lesbian stuff, all of that. That's why I said specifically, don't suffer your daughter to be a whore. It didn't say don't suffer your son, because the Most High understands who the ringleader of this stuff is.
Yeah, kind.
Who the justifier of it is.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, I just want to say this last thing. Then should I get to that?
Okay.
When did you pull it up?
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Okay. No, I was gonna say just one point, and then we are gonna move forward. Yeah, even the biggest supporters in homosexuality are the women, and a lot of people don't seem to understand that.
Right.
You feel me? Like for example, like women always say that they, women in the world, of course, not sisters in the school, but women always say that they want this type of man, that type of man. Well, first of all, I mean, you say you want this man, but you hanging around your good friends,
right?
And they all seem to be men,
right? And you know what?
You feel me? Like, right. Well, if you want a man, tell them to start being a man and stop trying to be you. Simple as that. Like how can you get a man? You feel me? If all your friends are gay males, like you gotta disown that. You
right.
Feel me? And maybe that will change him to want to be a man.
Right. Here's the thing also too, is the fact that the women don't even know or understand men. So their idea of a good man is a feminine man.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because they really don't don't think outside of themselves like that.
Right. Yeah.
They don't have the type of empathy to put themselves in someone else's shoes. You know what I'm saying? They don't even ask the question. It's crazy because, watching certain them little shows and everything, on YouTube, they ask the woman the simple question of what do men want, and she gets all choked up because she don't know. You know what I'm saying? She has no idea of who the hell the man even is. You know what I'm saying? She don't know what he wants, what he likes, but she thinks that a good man is a man that is supposed to, accommodate her and be like a girlfriend to her. That's one of the reasons why they love gay men. And they have sex with them gay men too.
Absolutely.
Knowing that those gay men like Rod, they not just being snuck up on and by the down low dude and all that. No, they know what's up.
Right.
And if they got the down low dude, a lot of the times the feminine in him, you know what I'm saying? They detectors and they radars go off and they get attracted to him. You know what I'm saying?
It happens all the time.
Right. Even though he's straight, he mess with women and all this, but that's not the part that attracts her to him. The part that attracts her to him is the downloadness that you see on him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She see that, and she go after that, and then next thing you know, oh, that nigga gay. He said he that get you there. Well, hell, you knew that. You that's what attracted you to him.
Right.
If he's fully masculine, you repel him like damn, you know what I'm saying? Like a goddamn vinegar to a bee or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But let's move forward.
All right. Okay, we had 50 what?
57.
57.
Yeah,
okay.
through 63. It's like that was a little sidebar, you know, a little introduction to the service. But we are gonna move forward. And I'm gonna keep you out all day. Go ahead, you got it.
Ezekiel chapter 16 and verse 57. Basaram. Stakala. Ratak. Kamawa. Ice. Karpath. Manawa. Aram. Wakal. Sabayab. What the yab? Manawaf. Palashatium. I shall sawaf. Awatak. Masab Sabayab. Verse 58. Zamatak. Wat. Tawab. Watiyak. Nashatim. Naam. Yahweh. Verse 59. Kiyah. Ka. Amar. Adanya. Yahweh. Washayat. Washayathya. Awatak. Kashar. Ashayat. Ashar. Basayat. Allah. Lapar. Bariat. Verse 60. Was a car tayat. Anya. Bariatia. Awatak. Baya Maya. Nayawar. Yaak. Wapaya Yam. Watia. Lak. Bariat. Iwalam. Verse 61. Was a calf. Darkiak. Want to call Ma'af. Bakwak. Daak. Atiak Yarak. Agad Lawak. Mamak. Akwas Nawaf. Mamak. Wanatatya. Anaan. Lak. Laban Waf. Wala. Mabar Yatak. verse 62. Wa koyam matya anya Bariatya Atak Wadaya Kaya Anya Yahweh. Verse 63. Lamayan Tazakaria Wabashat Wala Yahaya Alak Iwad Patak Wan Pa Mapanya Kalam Daak Bakaparia Lak Lakal Ashar.
Which verse?
Ashaya, verse 63.
Okay, that's the last verse.
Okay. Ta'am Adanya Yahweh.
All right, no sound. All right, that's good. That's good. All right, let's move forward. So yes, once again, shalom. We are in Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 57 through 63. All right, let's get it. So we pretty much gave y'all already, an introduction to what happened last week as far as what we got into. Now we are going to see more of last week. All right, let's keep going.
Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 57. Before thy wickedness was discovered, as at the time of thy reproach of the daughters of Syria, and all that are round about her, the daughters of the Philistines would despise thee round about.
Now, not only did it mention Sodom, it mentioned some other Samaria,
It mentioned Syria,
yeah,
and the Philistines.
So this is another place like the Lord's giving an example, like you doing all this horn for the other nations, but this is how they're going to treat you. This is what's going to happen to you. We always say that you love these heathens, but they don't love you back.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like okay, explain what people in the world, as far as Israel, think that the other nation loving them is.
Right.
Like can you explain that?
You want to say that again?
Like, can you explain? Go ahead.
I know some stuff. Some sisters in the world may think like because they're getting welfare or food, any type of food stamps assistance,
Right.
They think that's why that nation loves them because they're getting things for free and they don't have to do nothing for it.
Exactly. And that's not it. You want to say something?
And that's how we think as a whole.
Right.
And this is why everybody abuses us, because we don't know, like the scripture said, gift destroyed the heart.
Right.
But it's awfully funny because it don't destroy the heart of the other people that get gifts, and they get way better gifts than we do.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
That was deep.
They getting whole things that they can pass down to their children and their children's children, to empower them from generation. They more powerful than the generations that came before them. The first generations of, say, Vietnamese come here. They lived, real low. They was in the projects and all of that stuff. They had a project for them in Louisville, Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? But then after a while, and they would on the jobs with you. You know what I'm saying? And then on the while, you stop seeing them after a while.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you see another wave of immigrants come in, but they take that first wave of immigrants and move them off the ladder. You know what I'm saying? And it still doesn't destroy their hearts where their allegiance is not with their people, though.
Right.
We get a crumb and we say F every black person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's how everybody knows it's just so easy to control us. We just the most easy to control just out of everybody. And this is the reason why nobody respects Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right, absolutely, man. Like, it's crazy. Like, when we get gifts, when we receive anything, we become selfish. Like, okay, it's almost like, like we become a different people. We become disgusting. we're hateful, respectful. Like we turn into them.
Right.
And it's crazy. But yeah, anyway, anytime that we shake our ass for these other nations, we always end up back in the same place, which is in the gutter, in a low state. You know what I mean? And that's funny. Like okay, you know how okay, you know how people say in the hood, like if you're gonna, you know, if you're gonna be with a white woman, right, you better get some out of her, right?
Right.
You know how they say that?
Yeah.
But like when we get anything from these nations, it never benefits us.
Right.
Never. You know what I mean? It never benefits us at all. And just like what's the point? But of course, if you do things the right way, which is serving the Lord, you get everything possible. You upgrade. You come up in life.
Right.
Am I lying?
Right.
You know what I mean? How many times people came into the school and in life have changed for the better?
Right.
It has not decreased, it has increased 1,000 times. Like brothers came into the school. There's so many stories to tell. You know, just meeting a lot of brothers and sisters. You know, with my short time being here. I mean, brothers then was down bad in the world, but now they come to the school. They got a place to stay. They getting their license back.
Right.
They handing all their warrants. No more PO. No more going back to jail.
Right.
I mean, now they got a woman. Now they have a child. I mean, let's say that they lost they old family somehow, some way.
Right.
Now they got a new family. Like it's just so much stuff. And then also too, it's you know, let me see. It's a sister I know who still is in the school. This sister was on the verge of dying with all the illnesses that she had, but this sister was damn near on the verge of dying, and she still came to class. And because she was coming to class, she was still paying her tithes, everything, right?
Right.
Out of nowhere, the doctor tells her, like, I don't know what's going on, but you are recovering from cancer, lupus, and all this other stuff that the sister had. I said, good night.
Wow.
I said, wow, sis, like, good night.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that was the Lord. You feel me? And we see the sister all the time, by the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, I wouldn't say all the time, every once in a while. You know what I mean? And, you know, if the sister's watching this class, she knows exactly who she is, because sometimes I almost forget that. And until she, you know, tells me about certain things, I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember that. You know, that was a while ago. You know what I mean? Imagine that. Like, that's the Lord.
You're right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is the Lord. Like, he can really transform your entire life. And some people coming to the school be on the fence of going to jail and stuff like that, child support, you know, I mean, being in bad, you know, situations, but because of the council and the brotherhood, you know, all that's fixed.
Right.
That's amazing, man. All that is fixed. All right. So yeah, I just want to make that point. So we have to stop being whores for our oppressor. Is what the Lord is pretty much saying. Okay. You want to keep going?
Yeah, you said a mouthful, you know.
So like,
yeah, serious. I mean, that's you know, a lot of times, you know, a lot of people's sicknesses come up on just because they're not in the truth. You know what I'm saying? You know, because I mean, hell, you know, the world wants you to taken out. You know what I'm saying? Straight up before you can even come into the truth.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. I know what you mean. You know what I mean? And also too, like we have sisters with similar stories. You know what I mean? We have brothers with similar stories, because in reality, we have to understand that we all go through the same thing, some way, somehow. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing new underneath the sun when it comes to your story of you coming to the school. Like all of us, one way or another, have been through some type of hell, whatever that was. You know what I mean? Man, like there's brothers and sisters who have, you know, like let me see, what's the word? They have besides health issues, like different type of ailments, or they may have a speech problem, or this problem, that problem. And actually, a lot of captains and a lot of high-ranking officers are some brothers who you would not know they had certain afflictions unless they told you. And that's powerful.
Right.
That's powerful. You feel me? You know what I mean? And I'll be like, damn, I'm like, wait, so you got what now? Wait, damn, like that's how you was born, or that happened as a child. And I'm like, damn, I never would have expected it, sir. Or I just like, wow. It's just that spirit of the Lord is so heavy on the brother or sister, you might not be able to notice certain things.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the Lord can bless you in so many ways. Bless you in so many ways. It doesn't matter who you are. Right. And also, too, another thing is, too, I want to make this a great point. People in the world have to stop using what happened to them as far as them stopping their growth on why they cannot achieve things in life. No one has time for that. Right. No one has time for you to sit there and cry. And it's just, because I'm not going to listen. I'm telling you right now, I don't give a damn. All right? What happened, get counsel, yes. But move forward. Otherwise, that's going to hold you back. No one has time for you to be crying around. You are goddamn grown as hell. It's a lot of you. We ain't children.
Well, what they got to do is they got to get inside the truth, because if they, come with this inspirational story and everything, and they come into the truth, they're going to cause more damage than good, to be honest with you. They're going to cause more harm than good, because now they say, well, I just recovered from this. Look at you. Right. What about you? Knowing good and well that, you don't get anywhere without favor. And that's why I like harping on that. You don't get nowhere in any society without a measure of favor. Yeah. You don't get it. That's why heathens can come to this country and say, well, in my own country, I lived like we was dirt poor. We was this and that. And I can come from another country and I can make it over here. Why can't you? You've been here your whole life. And they start to say stuff like that. Now, how does that blow over to black people? Because black people generally don't even know how to combat that, because they don't even understand their own system of theory. They don't even understand it. You know what I'm saying? We came here in chains. You know what I'm saying? You bring somebody to a goddamn place in chains, you want them as a prisoner the whole time. Right. Just like if a person go to prison, literal prison, in chains, what is your stay there going to be like clear up until you get out of that place? Right. You are going to be a prisoner. You came there in chains, not to be set free. You came in there in chains to be in chains and to be a slave and to be the goddamn lowest level of the pyramid, the permanent underclass. Right. But just like the prisoners in prison, what are they? The permanent underclass. Just because you got a job as a trustee, right? And they take the shackles off of you, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then you get to move around from cell to cell. You eating good, you know what I'm saying? You get to get more shit on the shingle than anybody else. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Does that stop you from being a prisoner there though? No. You're just a prisoner that they trust. Right. That's why you're called a trustee. Right. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as you mess up, you're going right back in their shackles. And that's the same way in this society right here. You know what I'm saying? Prison is really a model of this outside world. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. That's what it is. It's just more obvious and more direct and more in your face inside there. Right. You know what I'm saying? Prisons, these jobs that work, these low-level jobs that we hate, that we work on, all of these are smaller carbon copies of this world, this crazy world that we live in right now.
You know, it's funny. So, like, if I may, you good? What's funny is just yesterday at the slavery, I was kind of zoning out. I was thinking about stuff. I was fixing up boxes and stuff or whatever that I do. And as I'm fixing up the box, I'm just kind of looking at the time and stuff like that. And I'm just seeing how everybody's operating. And, it was kind of like a little rush or whatever. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, every day, the more that I come in here and I'm looking at everything, how, everything is set up at the job, I'm just like, man, this is really a plantation. Right. It's just like it's funny because it's funny, but it's not funny how we say this is a slavery. Right. Because we are a slave in here, and we are slaves here.
You know what's so crazy? Mm-hmm. I didn't really realize that until I was like till I was like 20 years. I had my second, job, like W-2 job.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize it when I worked at McDonald's. This is the thing about it. I didn't realize that when I worked at McDonald's, because when I worked at McDonald's, we ran things. You know what I'm saying? Black people ran, so you didn't really understand the slave structure from when I worked at McDonald's, because we ran McDonald's. We did what we wanted to do. If we wanted to show up 2-3 hours late, our whole damn line, then that's just what it was, and they just had to deal with that. That's serious. You know what I'm saying? We had it like that in there. You know what I'm saying? We would be right across the street. You know what I'm saying? Sitting back eating pizza, looking over at McDonald's, playing the damn the game, and all of us would show up high, smelling just like a damn Christmas tree. You know what I'm saying? And they couldn't do a damn thing about it.
Y'all terrible. At least y'all was back in the day.
So we ran that whole thing. It was ran by blacks. You know what I'm saying?
I'm surprised that didn't get shut down.
No, I mean McDonald's. Who gonna shut down a McDonald's? They too powerful for somebody just to shut them down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we ran that back line, and we was the all-stars. You know what I'm saying? We was like the starting lineup for the Bulls. You know what I'm saying? So we did. They didn't say nothing. But when I started working at Executive West, and I started working around a lot of these older brothers and everything, the dudes that were like the same age as I am now, and I started to see the type of plantation that the chef there, he was a Malachite and had one of them colonial mustaches. You know what I'm saying? And their place was just like, and he come around and everybody got all scared and all of that. I'm like, what the hell wrong with these niggas? You know what I'm saying? But then I got to see the slave structure, because all the blacks was on the dishes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They put the blacks on the dishes and then cooking. All the blacks was in the kitchen. And then they have other races as servers, they had bartender place, all of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? And it was set up, just like that. And I'm like, damn, and all the young dudes, because we was, me and my buddy Juan and them, we was all on the dishes. They had us all on the dishes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but the structure was just like slavery.
Right.
And we was the bucks. The young dudes, we was the bucks.
Mm-hmm.
While the older dudes, they was the, you know what I'm saying, the broken down slaves, and someone was a house slave. And this was the first time I ever seen something like this, though. The chef, he had this dude that used to roll with him named Marvin, black dude named Marvin. And if you want to see what house nigga slavery and stuff was like, you look at them and you'll get a strong insight into that. Mm-hmm. The chef would come out, he'd come through with a mad look on his face, like everybody's supposed to be spooked and shooken all up and all that. Well, the older dudes was. Us young niggas is like, F you, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But he'd go through and he'd step like this, and Marvin would do what he's doing right next to him.
Wow.
And then he'd look this way, and then Marvin would go.
Yeah, no, that's terrible, man. That's
it was that bad. He'd look to the right, and Marvin go, and look to the right. I mean, it was. I'm like, man, what in the Amistad roots, Uncle Tom's cabin is this stuff right here?
No, I mean, once again, that goes back to the point in the scripture about how we try to be like them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's funny though. Have you noticed, like, it works in their favor when they try to act like us or try to be us.
Right.
But when we try to be like them, it never works in our favor. No. We always end up getting hurt. We always end up getting hurt. And I find that funny. And why the reason that is because we are God's chosen people. He had rules for us to go by. And also too, he said, don't learn the ways of the heathen.
Right.
You know what I mean? For they are dismayed.
Right.
And it's more than just about their gods and idols and stuff like that. It's just in general. When you try to be like the heathen, the Most High is going to punish the hell out of you.
Yeah, exactly. And then a lot of times he's going to punish you through the same people that you're trying to be like.
Exactly, because he doesn't want you to be those people.
He's trying to teach you something.
Right.
You know, it's like you gotta, you know. And then here's the thing, you know, black people think that to try to raise their children to even act like white people. I don't know black men. You know how we say, you know, a lot of black men need to be in a home, man. Some black men don't even need to be in the goddamn home. I'll just keep it all the way a buck. It certainly ain't the first time I said this. I knew black men that would, you know, raise their daughters to mess with white dudes. Serious, because they hate black men so much themselves.
That's terrible.
It certainly ain't just black women that hate black men. It's black men that hate black men also. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She would raise her. They would raise their daughters, and they would always tell them niggas ain't nothing. I mean, think about it. Look at how most black men respond when the time comes to tell his daughter about men.
Right.
It's never a positive thing. It's never good. It's gonna be evil coming from the mother and evil coming from him too. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be evil coming from both. He gonna say something similar. They can be in a separate conversation. Hell, the mother could be out of goddamn town having a conversation with her daughter. The father could be somewhere else, and they'll both say the same stuff, similar stuff of hatred of black men. You know what I'm saying? One thing, he raising her to be damn near to be his wife. You know what I'm saying? Either that or to be a goddamn boy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, they really though. He raised him to be a goddamn tomboy because he can't wrap his mind the fact around somebody slapping the rod to his daughter.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? It's serious. You know, that's an inordinate affection type of stuff. You know, he should be preparing her. You know, instead he'll say the same thing the mother will say. No, what you do? No, you don't worry about no relationship. Don't worry about no marriage right now. You just worry about school. That's all you worry about is school. They raising students. They ain't raising no goddamn wives. You know what I'm saying? But then they want a ready-made husband for her whenever she decide, you know what I'm saying, to let her box cool off for a little while.
Good night.
You know what I'm saying? Want a ready-made nigga, a ready-made husband for her. You know what I'm saying? No, that ain't how it work. You supposed to raise her to be a goddamn wife. So when that time comes, you won't be ashamed. You know what I'm saying? But when you're trying to, you know, give your daughter over to a man, you can do that shit with pride.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Trusting in the stock that you've been raised.
Right.
But you raise her to be a goddamn student. You know what I'm saying? You're not raising her to be a wife. And then next thing you know, she look up, she's 35 goddamn years old. You know what I'm saying? With a damn body count, you know what I'm saying? Like you wouldn't believe. You know what I'm saying? She done been with men, women, a couple of pets. You know? You know?
Oh, it's good.
She making 100,000 a year though. Lonely as can goddamn be. You know what I'm saying? Lonely as can be. She even paying for Rod. She going into these places, you know what I'm saying, on these traveling jobs. They ordering male prostitutes. A lot of them women is doing that. Remember that show Gigolos? That was on, I think it's Showtime or HBO.
I heard about it.
They showed you a little bit of insight into how they get down. You know what I'm saying? They be in them corporate, you know, going to this corporate place and all that. They get them a man. They get them, buy them a dude, rent them a man.
That's it. That sounds like slavery.
Right. Rent a rod. Yeah, rent a center. Yeah, rent a rod.
All right, let's keep going. Where we at? 58.
Yeah, we at 58 now.
All right. Oh, so like the part of 57 when it says "which despise he round about," that's the whole purpose of that. Just the whole purpose of everything that we said. So like it was pretty long. The whole purpose of that is these heathens hate you regardless.
Yes.
And they even hate the fact that you even try to be like them or want to be a part of them. But what's funny to me is when it's the other way around, we embrace them.
Right.
Yeah, have you noticed that?
I noticed that.
We embrace them.
And what you're saying is heavy, which reminds me of something else, something that I kind of skipped over as we was at 57.
Mm-hmm.
When they talk about the daughters of the Philistines would despise thee round about, Now, these same Philistines said a couple of years ago, because you know everybody grabbing onto this Africanism and all of that stuff. Right. They said that they don't want black people acting like they're Africans. You remember that?
I do.
You remember that?
Yes.
They got mad.
Yes.
They got mad that we would actually be upholding their stuff. They got pissed about that.
I remember that.
You remember that? It was just a few years ago, wasn't it? Yeah.
That was.
And this, think about it. The daughters of the Philistine. Oh yeah, let me clear something up too. When they talk about the daughters of something, it's talking about their cities. Like the daughters of the Philistines would actually be the 5 cities that the Philistines that made up all of Philistine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, because the other cities and stuff like that is metaphorically spoken of from the female as female. You know, so when they say the daughter of the Philistines, the daughter of the daughters of Syria, that's talking about cities and the glory of those cities. You know, that we try to imitate.
Right.
And it says here, the daughters of the Philistines, which despise thee round about, that all surrounding us, that despise us. And that is it today. Look at it. You know, this is the reason why Nigerians, you see Nigerians, they stick, first thing they do is stick their nose up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
They stick their nose up and they swear up and down, they so much better than blacks. You know what I'm saying? In sin, they are. When we follow their ways, yeah, they are. But if they try to follow our ways, then they're going to be inferior to us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the reasons why, you know what I'm saying, a lot of them don't want to take on, you know, everybody talk about, oh, salvation is for everybody. No, why the hell would they want a salvation that's going to put them under you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Stupid.
Yeah, they don't want that kind of salvation. So why we out there reaching out for everybody, saying Jesus died for everybody. Well, if that's the damn case, then why in the hell ain't you at that rich neighborhood sitting on the goddamn corner preaching to them? You know what I'm saying? You ain't in the middle of soccer mom neighborhoods. You ain't trying to gather none of them.
Right.
You know, that's what you know, that's another whole form to cut the Christians on.
Yeah.
Because they ain't going to none of these heathens that they say should joint heirs and grafted in and all of that. They ain't going to save none of them.
No.
So if they really believe that, then why ain't they doing that? Well, now obviously they ain't got no faith in what they saying then, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's keep going.
Okay. Verse 58, thou hast borne thy lewdness and thine abominations, said the Lord. When it said they're born them, it means that you carried it like a burden on your shoulder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what that is a burden on your shoulders, the lewdness and all of that, and the abominations. What are some of those abominations? Voodoo.
I was just gonna say that.
We're just reading about the Philistines here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Voodoo is one of the abominations.
Witchcraft.
Yes, witchcraft. And it's crazy how many of the Philistine ways that we take on.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, especially down south.
Yeah.
Down
south, Louisiana.
Yes.
All of them places. I mean, hell, even Mississippi and all of them, you know, some of them places and all of that. We take on Haiti.
Oklahoma.
Haiti takes, you know what I'm saying, and Jamaica and all of them strongly take on Philistine customs.
They do.
All of that voodoo, all of that stuff is Philistine stuff. The old soothsaying thing. Even the way that we do structure ourselves in the churches is that. Just like we was talking about, you know, in the class before. There are soothsayers like the Philistines. You know?
And that's perfect though. That's one scripture that I forgot about.
Yeah, the soothsayer.
Yeah, because that's proof.
Right.
That's proof.
And then, you know, if you put all the evidence together, you can see who the Philistines are. But some people got it wrong though. They think, I listened to this dude like last night. He believed that all the slaves was taken from Nigeria. No, that's not true. You have the Philistines. The Philistines branch out just like any other nation that populates. You know what I'm saying? You had 5 cities of the Philistines, and all of them was real powerful.
Right.
You know, you had Ashdod, Ekron. You know what I'm saying? And the other ones, I forgot the other names.
Yeah, I don't know about heart, but I mean the first two for sure because of different precepts.
Right, I mean,
you know about them too.
Yeah, you had all of those. They spread out. They didn't, so they populated just like anybody else and grew to be and split off and had. But so that's why you got them in Senegal,
right?
Angola, all of that stuff. They lined that coast right there because the Philistines always been a coastal people. That's why they worship Dagon, the fish god, the merman. You know what I'm saying? That's why they worship. That's one of their top gods. The doggone tribe. Remember the doggone tribe? You ever heard of them?
I heard of them.
That's Dagon. Actually, it's the Dagon tribe. It's just spelled different.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh,
they worship Dagon.
Yeah. I didn't realize that necessarily.
Yeah, they worship Dagon, and they have the, the feathers and stuff, and they had to be doing the dances and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those are all Philistines. Okay. Yeah, I seen them Senegalese wrestlers and everything. Yeah, I can see. Just by looking at them, I can see why everybody was afraid of Goliath.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You see the way that they proportioned, the way that they got them built in there, the Senegalese. These are some powerful built dudes. And just imagine Goliath, who had a double or triple portion of how they're built.
Yeah, built. Just
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's like 10 feet tall. So you got to picture the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
When picturing him, you're looking at his armor and all of that. And, he said his spear was like a weaver's beam. A weaver's beam is 12 feet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And his blade that was on it was 600 shekels. I think that translated to 15 pounds. That's just the head of his spear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just the head of his spear, just the blade on it. That's not even counting the shaft of the spear.
Right, yeah. And actually, when the general broke that down as far as King David and Goliath and just like the physical appearance, I'm like, damn, that's a big nigga.
Mm-hmm.
He
was a walking tank.
Yeah.
He was a tank with all the armor on too. And then the shield was gigantic. He had to wield the spear with one hand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The spear, he had to, don't tell him how much that spear weighed by itself.
Right.
And he could only because he had to have the shield in the other. So he was only swinging that spear with one hand. Yo.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So imagine the muscle mass and everything that this dude had to have, and then fighting wars. You're fighting a long time. You know what I'm saying? You got to swing that goddamn thing, you know what I'm saying, like nobody's business.
Yeah.
So just imagine the cardio and all of that it took, and the muscle you had to have just to be able to do that in a war. You're not just killing one person.
Right.
He going through there, he killing a few hundred people.
Yeah.
With that.
Yeah.
So this dude, when it makes sense, when he stepped out that time, our whole nature like, whoa, you know what I'm saying, to swoon back.
Except for David, though.
Right, except for King David. Because King David knew the Lord was on his side.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And he had that, that's how we got to be thinking, though. We got to be so angry with the oppressor. Because look how badly the Philistines were afflicting us and everything, right?
Yeah.
He feared that King David might have straight up society. He just kept thinking, man, look, man, he was ready to sacrifice himself. He's ready to sacrifice his body to take out this damn Philistine. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. And he had brothers that were all proportioned like him. Yeah. He had like four brothers.
Yeah.
Like, yo, and one of them these dudes were born for war.
Yeah.
One dude had 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes on each foot.
I was just saying.
I'm talking about perfectly functioning phalanges.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
Like, yo, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, let's keep going real quick.
Okay. Verse 59. For thus saith the Lord God, I will even deal with thee as thou hast done, which has despised the oath in breaking the covenant.
And that's perfect too. Like just now being in the truth, right? We have to understand something. There's a precept in the Bible that says, paraphrasing something about how we should not go back to our vomit.
Right.
Some of how a dog
returns to its vomit.
Yeah.
Right.
A dog returns to its vomit. And what that metaphor is speaking about is that once we come into this truth, Don't ever leave it. Now, you know what I mean, you should always keep your zeal strong when it comes to being in a school. Like for example, I'm gonna give you something. When you first come in, the first thing that you are going to experience is that you know, like happiness, like damn, I'm in the truth, like you know, I'm an Israelite, you know, black people are the Jews, and it's gonna be happy, it's gonna be exciting. You're gonna have the zeal to want to do everything.
Right,
You feel me? You want to do this, you want to do that, but then later in life, you have to be careful because you might start to get a little comfortable, and when you get a little comfortable, that zeal gets weaker. You know what I mean? So you have to maintain that zeal every day.
right.
As long as you are breathing right now, you have to maintain that zeal. Otherwise, the Lord is going to show you something.
Right.
All right? Whether that's allowing Satan to come for you, or the Most High is going to, test your faith. He's going to test your zeal. He's going to test everything. You say that you love me? All right, no sweat. I want to see something real quick. You know, you want to be careful because the Most High will test you at any given moment, and then also too, Satan will pop up at any moment. So you always got to be ready for the battle. What's the thing Kodash always say? Don't get ready, be ready.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Don't get ready, be ready. That's what you have to do. Every day when you wake up in the morning, you should be prepared for what's to come. Let's say that today nothing happens, Most High in Christ, but it can happen tomorrow. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not the Most High, but I do know the Lord. We do know our power. We know how things work. You know, you may have a good day or a bad day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now, technically, for us officers, we don't look at bad situations really being a bad day for us because we have to still move forward. The work has to continue. You know what I mean? That's something that Captain Katsai told me because when I first got raised up to a 5,000, he said, I asked him, like, what's your advice to me as far as being, newly raised up? He said, well, first thing he said to me, there's no such thing as bad days for you. And I was like, can you explain? And he said, if something terrible happens, you're a soldier. Keep it moving. Don't let nothing stop you.
Right.
You keep going. And that's how you got to be in life. You know what I mean? With everything. You got to keep moving forward. And once again, man, stop being a hoe for these other nations. I wish your mom was here because me saying that, his ass would have been like, stop being a hoe. You know what I mean? Like it's funny though. We gotta say this. We've been saying this for like a month now, like because this is a big topic. And I keep seeing too many articles where we are just being whores for the oppressors and the other nations, and it's getting us killed for one. It's getting us locked up. It's getting us just all type of mess, and it's not worth it. That's what you gotta ask yourself. This thing that I'm doing, is it worth it? But you won't know none of this unless you are in the school. If you know someone that needs to see classes like this, please, show them. Because everybody should listen to these classes.
Right.
Because it will save your life. Because it saved mine, it saved his.
Right.
As far as I know, I think I'm still here. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm in the afterlife. Yeah. I'm still here. Are you here? Or am I hallucinating? You feel me? Schizophrenia. No, I'm stop. But yeah, so you get the point.
Having good counsel, you know what I'm saying, is priceless. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, yeah, it's scriptures on that, like Wisdom of Solomon.
Right.
Proverbs, Ecclesiasticus.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that. You know what I'm saying? It's going, it can protect you. You know what I'm saying? And and also make you sharper. When somebody call you for counsel, you know what to say.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then here's the thing, even if you don't know what to say, you have a, damn near infinite resource of people you can call to get that counsel, regardless of what it is that you're going through.
Yeah, and you know what, if I may, so like, I love that. That was one thing that I appreciated when I first came in, because I said, damn, okay, if this brother don't answer, I can call a different brother in a different zone.
Right.
And it's like, damn, it's like, okay, so I should be able to get this question and answer. I know someone's going to pick up the phone.
Right.
I'll tell you something real quick. One time, 5 brothers did not answer my call, and I believe that day it was camp, but we didn't have camp that day. This is like years ago. I'm like, damn, how come ain't nobody answer the phone? So I'm just like, I'm looking through my phone. I'm like, okay, I don't have too many brothers like high-ranking officers and captains numbers yet. So I'm like, damn, I'm trying to see something. I do have the generals numbers, like some of them, but I think I could just ask, the captains or the officers this question. And then I think I must have I called somebody, and the last person I called was like finding them. You know what I mean? Because it was one of those times where I didn't have too many brothers' numbers.
Right.
You know what I mean? You've been there before, right?
Right.
Yeah. Now, shit, everything's damn near UPK on my phone. You know, I got more UPK on my phone than I do family. You know what I mean? My contacts. And so it'd be like
that's another.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, but anyway, you get the point, all right. So let's move forward.
Right.
So yeah, that covenant is very important. So if you leave the school, if you are sinning, you know what I mean, you are not upholding that oath or that covenant. And the reason why the Most High always gave us more covenants, because we kept breaking them.
Right.
So in a covenant's like a contract. All right. You know what I mean? Want to say something?
Yeah, I mean, it's heavy, because you always see people talk about, y'all just stuck in the old covenant that y'all can't see the new. I think the dude was trying to battle Captain Tazaria with that. Remember that?
Yeah.
He was trying to say, y'all so stuck in the old covenant that you can't see the new covenant. Well, in order to understand and appreciate the new covenant, you got to understand the old.
Right, yeah.
How can you not understand the old covenant?
Right.
You despise the old covenant, you're going to despise the new.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
I was going to say, the old versus the new covenant is really not that different.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's some things that are, what's the word, disannul.
Yeah. Certain things that are,
Yeah, but at the same time, it's kind of pretty much the same thing.
Right, and also,
pretty much, if you break it, this is what's going to happen to you. Simple as that. If you keep it, this is what's going to happen for you. Simple as that. Go ahead.
Right. And certain things has changed, just like the priesthood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Levitical priesthood, there was changes in the law. You know what I'm saying? So of course there had to be a new covenant, meaning new agreement. What I'm saying? That's what a covenant is. It's an agreement. In order to appreciate the new covenant, you have to go into the old covenant. You have to understand it real well.
Yes, you do.
Because you have to also understand how you've broken it.
Right, and they go hand in hand.
Right.
You have to understand both.
And that's with anything.
Yeah.
Imagine on a job, or a contract or something with a job or whatever. Exactly. They come with the old contract.
Yes.
But then they like, well, we coming with a new contract. Yeah. First damn thing you're gonna do is make sure you understand the old contract. That's natural. You know what I'm saying? So imagine if you just throw off and make the old contract just totally null and void, where you're saying I ain't even got to study that.
Right.
I don't even have to know it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you get the new contract. You know what I'm saying? But you don't even understand the old contract.
Right.
Who the hell does that?
That's
in anything. Right.
Yeah,
who does that?
Yeah.
Like, we under the new. And then somebody mentioned the old contract, and you like, no, man, we ain't under that. We ain't under that. You mad because you don't like what's in the old.
No, that's true.
You don't like what's in the old or the new contract, because the new contract is based. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of stuff from the old contract in it. It's just a new agreement here.
That's it. Yeah.
You pissed off at the old agreement, but you're gonna appreciate the new agreement.
And that's
how it works.
Man, it's crazy. Like that's why people outside of the UPK just need to come in.
Right.
Because they have a worldly perspective of how they see the Bible.
Right.
And they just make themselves look bad.
Right.
All the time. So long story short, we broke this covenant and this oath with the Most High. That's why we have a new one. And we are keeping it and upholding it in the UPK. All right. Once you get that oil poured on your head, right? You want to understand something. That's the oath that you took.
Right.
You know what I mean? You wrote your name in blood. And if you break that oath, Lord be with you. Or maybe he won't. Salak you. You know what I mean? Lord be with you. Otherwise, Satan is going to be with that ass. It's like,
You get your mind right and you come on back where you need to be.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to
If
take
the
your
Lord
lumps.
has not, if the Lord has not killed you.
Right.
You know what I mean, I didn't heard so many stories of brothers and sisters leaving the school and terrible things happen to them.
Yeah, I done heard the same thing.
You know what I mean? I remember a captain had told me that he recalled someone leaving the school and getting shot. I said, damn. He said the same day, the same day or the same week, the brother had got shot, and I said, good night. That's terrible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we seen what happened to the sister who just overdosed.
Right.
You feel me? Like this is real. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, of course, you know, may she rise again and, you know, get it right next time. But, you know, the Lord is not playing, especially with everybody getting sick and stuff like that. Like the Lord is really coming,
Right.
You know, to clean house.
Right. You know, the Most High wants to attack Esau, but at the same time,
right,
some of that stuff has to blow back
right.
on us. You know what I'm saying? Some of it does. But you know what? It's going to become a time, though. There's going to become a time to where the punishments and everything is going to be so obvious, you know what I'm saying, up on Esau, that it's about him.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to become so obvious that, you know what I'm saying, because you're going to have brothers out there be like, damn, you know, he a drug addict, he this and that, you know what I'm saying? But yet he ain't undergoing what the hell they're going through.
Right.
And you'll have a white dude, he'll be like some high society white dude, you know what I'm saying? And he's getting touched. But the crackhead black dude, there was a robber, a drug addict, you know, and a homosexual, he's not getting touched. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's gonna get down to it. It's gonna be a point like that to where it's just gonna be a defining line. And when the Most High have to destroy, if he have people of his own that he have to destroy, he's gonna do that in secret. Yeah, he's not gonna let America see.
You know what I'm saying? That's right. What you just said is absolutely a prophecy.
Right.
You know what I mean? That is a prophecy.
Yeah, he's not gonna want America to see it.
Right.
Because he's not going to want America to think, no, this is just something that's on everybody. It's on all of us.
Right.
He's going to take that security away from them. You know what I'm saying? If that is just everybody. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to hit them directly. And that's when they're going to start to get real scared at that time.
Yes.
But then you know what the Most High going to do? They're going to harden their heart. It's going to be out of their control.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like with the Egyptians, when at the time where they were like, please, you know, just pray for us. Then the Most High hardened that heart again. They're like, get them, get them niggers. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like that. You know, they'd be conflicted in their own thoughts, and then the other ones would be like, man, please, let's not do this to them. Let's not do this to them, or their God is going to hurt us more. And the other one's like, get him. He's not going to care. And then they gonna be mad at him, you know what I'm saying, and want to take him out.
No, it's coming.
Yeah, not understanding that this is of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? There's a scripture to say the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. He turn it whichever way he will.
Yep, that's right. That's right. Okay, we go ahead, keep on.
Okay. Verse 60. Nevertheless, I will remember my covenant with thee in the days of thy youth, and I will establish unto thee an everlasting covenant. And so if God said he gonna remember the old covenant, then how do you say you believe in God in these new times and you not understand the old covenant? You not even want to look at it.
Right. There you go. Damn, it's right there, huh?
All right.
Yep.
And the Most High said he will remember the covenant of the youth. He will remember it. So if you don't even want to study it, that means you in opposition.
Right. You are in the way.
All right. In verse 61. Then thou hast remembered thy ways and be established, be ashamed when thou shalt receive thy sisters, thine elder and thy younger, and I will give them unto thee for daughters, but not by thy covenant.
Damn. That's
right.
Crazy.
Yeah. Verse 62. And I will establish my covenant with thee, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Verse 63. That thou mayest remember and be confounded.
Right.
And never open thy mouth anymore because of thy shame.
Right. Damn, the Lord's not playing.
Right. All the lofty talking and all of that stuff is gonna be shut down.
Right.
Oh, y'all a cult. Y'all this and y'all that. That's gonna stop. That's gonna come. It's gonna be an abrupt end to that.
Very soon. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be, Shema.
Right. It ain't gonna be no more talking people out of the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Talking people to stop them so you can be a gate to stop them from getting into truth.
Right.
There ain't gonna be no more of that.
No. I mean, so far a lot of people have been quiet.
Yeah, but there's still a lot of talking too.
No, there is, but I mean, off and on, it's been a little quiet, but every now and then.
Yeah, probably more silence than it's been, but at the same time, where there's many people. As they get quiet, the ones that were already talking on that, a lot of them is talking louder now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They even showing their hatred even for ISBK even more.
Yeah, actually, and the proof of that is on Clubhouse. Like right now, all the captains and high-ranking officers are on Clubhouse battling.
Right.
Because there are rooms being created about the ISBK as far as hatred for it. So that's proof. And they the captains and the officers, they tearing their ass up. Tearing their ass up. And if y'all are not on Clubhouse, get on Clubhouse. All you gotta do is sit there and listen. If you got questions, just like any other class, ask the questions. But just see how the UPK never fails. We are never defeated. We defeat everybody else.
Right.
It is amazing. All right. Keep going.
When I am pacified toward thee for all that thou hast done, said the Lord God. When they said the Most High is pacified, it means when he's like content with it. You know what I'm saying? After this has been done, I did all of this, I did all of that. I done, you know what I'm saying, put a hell of a hurting on y'all with this. So I'm good now.
Right. Finally.
Right.
And it's going to be beautiful when the kingdom comes. Because no more of, it's damn near going to be crazy, just like, not crazy in a bad way, but like being in the kingdom and you never have to wake up to hearing a headline news of an unarmed black man being killed. You know what I mean? Sex trafficking. Thousands of black women are missing in one damn state. The whole entire country. You know what I mean? It's just gonna be peaceful. It's gonna be real life, how life should be.
Right.
Like what life is today in society is hell. It's the opposite of life.
All right.
You feel me? Like it's upside down.
Right.
You know what I mean? But now, of course, thanks to the ISBK, we can actually learn how to live life, although we are in hell, which eases up in our, it eases up on us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But could imagine having a house where you don't even need front and back doors. Y'all seen it? You seen a house like that?
I've seen that, yeah.
Seen that?
Otherwise, you don't have to lock your doors.
Right.
You feel me? Like, man. And look, probably I want to come over to Rob's house and I can just walk in.
Right.
Hey, Shalom, little Christ. But of course, I'm still going to call because we all, got children and wives and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, imagine that.
Right.
That's
seen this one house. It was like a mansion, but everything was open.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything was open, all the door entrance ways, except for like the bedrooms, stuff like that.
Right.
Everything else in the bathroom, but everything else was just open to where a person can just walk right in. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Tables and stuff there, chairs and all of that good stuff. This was like a mansion, like on some type of beach house or something like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where you just catch all the breeze coming from the waters and everything going all through your house. You ain't got to worry, you ain't got to worry about the house being too hot or too cold or any of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how it's gonna be in the kingdom. Matter of fact, we ain't even gonna have gates, walls around the city.
I was just gonna say that. I was damn. You was thinking what I was saying. yeah, like no gated communities and all that other stuff, man. Because what's going to happen is this, right? If you dare to try to steal, kill, or try to do anything unlawful against each other, Yahweh Shai is going to cut your head off.
Right.
And I mean, also too, I remember Jeremiah said, like, even if you think about doing something evil, he said Yahweh Shai is going to send somebody to you before you even try to commit it. I said, damn.
Right.
I said that's powerful.
Right.
So it's like he knows what's going to happen before you know.
Right.
In a sense, you know what I mean? Like that's power, man.
Right.
And that's not make believe. Like that's real life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's supernatural. Yes.
Right. Remember the scripture also when it said the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, means also on the outside you're gonna have nations that's gonna be ready to kick other nations. Armies gonna be ready to kick other armies behind that are not of us. These are heathens. For them thinking about coming to try to invade.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That, yes.
Because they figure if they don't be a defense, then they gonna get a curse. If you know what I'm saying, because if they leave them access through that land, because if you go to war with somebody, you have to get access through other countries' lands.
Right.
If they give you access, then they gonna become an enemy of ours if they give you access, and they ain't gonna want that. So it'd be like, wait a minute, hold on. You plan on trying to go to Jerusalem?
Mm-hmm. And do what?
Right.
Yeah.
It'd be some Arab talk about you need you need to go back. You know what I'm saying? Some Hamites or some Hamite army. You go back that way. You don't come through here. You don't bring a curse upon us. We will destroy you right here. You never make it into Jerusalem.
No, man, I can't wait for that day though.
Yeah, but that's why when it said the sons of strangers shall build up the walls, means they'll even be a damn defense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Clear up until the time appointed, because it is going to be a time where they are going to invade us again. And the Most High is going to use that as an occasion to draw everybody down that he wants to kill. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High going to use that as an occasion, because it is going to be a time where they're going to invade us in Jerusalem again, even after we're there. You know what I'm saying? He said, but at this time, it's not going to be of the Lord, and it's not going to be because of our sins. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not going to be for our sins at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to make the Lord way more angry. And
that's going to be a setup.
Right, because now they're touching innocent blood.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now they're shedding, that's innocent blood being shed right there, and that's going to make the Lord real angry.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And he's going to use that as an occasion to dog walk all of these nations.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's going to be bad.
No, it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, all throughout the Apocrypha, it talks about that too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Esdras, in the book of Esdras and stuff like that. Yeah. It's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be a bloodbath.
Right.
For real. A tsunami of blood.
Right. Exactly. It said to the horse's bridle.
Yeah.
That's huge. The horse's bridle was about 5 feet tall, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because about sometimes 6, depending on how big the horse is.
Yeah. Yep. No, it's huge.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got to get all the way up and hop all the way up on that damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So the rivers of blood will be that deep.
That's why I said that's why I said
tsunami. That's crazy right there.
That is.
It's going to be rivers of blood just pouring like that. Boy, that's some stuff. And the Most High is going to turn, first he's going to turn them all against each other, to where they're going to start slaughtering each other.
Yeah.
And then by the time they wake up and realize what happened, they're going to get ambushed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, so that was the last precept?
That's the last one.
Okay, so the moral of the story is everything that we read, we have to stop trying to love the other nations.
Right.
What's that one precept? Why thou trimmest thy way for love?
To seek love,
right? To seek love. And once again, I said this a long time ago. The more that you love your oppressor or these oppressors, the more that they hate you.
Right.
Like how Jerome said, the more that you tap dance for your oppressor, the more that they kill you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And the more you're gonna hate your people. You're gonna hate your people. And it's funny because you're gonna hate your people, but then wonder why the oppressors hate you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. And the more you say, I am unarmed, or I have my receipts, I have my license, they're gonna try to find any reason to hurt you. Just understand something.
I just got a paper saying I'm free.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I being pulled over? Like, that's gonna be a trigger for them to kill you.
Exactly. As soon as you questioning it, oh, sir, you resisting arrest?
Right.
Really though? Oh, you're resisting, huh?
Yeah, like, so more of the story is, man, get into the ISUPK because there's so much work to be done. Stop working for these devils. Stop working for America. Work for the Lord. Get yourself and your people in order. All right? Because at the end of the day, when you out living in the world, right, you are going to end up living a life of death.
Right.
If you come into the UPK, you are not living for yourself. You're living for someone else. You're living for your people. Yes, you come into the truth to, fix yourself. But once you are fixed, you go try to fix somebody else. Try to bring them in and clean them up. Because, being in the world, you are dirty. You can get baptized all the hell that you want. Nigga, if you take a shower, you might as well, I guess you're baptized.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Yeah,
it's just washing off your flesh. That's what the baptized water baptism is. As a matter of fact, here, when we going into the land, it's going to be a place for people to wash before going into the kingdom.
That's right.
It's just going to be a bath. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's not baptism, all
right? Right. That's not. That's not baptism. Yeah, that's all that is. Right. Washing. You know what I'm saying? Your clothes clean, all of that good stuff. You know.
But as far as the real baptism, it's going to be your spirit, your soul.
Right.
You feel me? Because okay, if you smoke, you're dirty. If you sleep with whores, you are dirty.
Right.
If you what else?
Eat pork.
If you eat unlawful food, you are dirty. All right.
You want to kill your brother. You are dirty. Remember the scripture when it says when you hear the voice of swearing, that's what it's talking about.
Yes.
That boy when it was talking about, it's messed up because I remember just stuff like this in my life. The ex-trooper Karab's cousin got killed. Early December, but he killed somebody like a lot of years ago and went to prison. He was one of them brothers. He was trying to be a cop. But he didn't pass the psychological exam and everything. The brother was, he was kind of, off his rocker a bit. But I remember my buddy telling him before he killed this one dude in the apartment complex, he was like, yeah, that nigga right there, I'm going to kill that nigga one of these days. That's the voice of swearing right there. And you obligated to report that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When somebody say, when somebody says something like that, that's the voice of swearing it was talking about. A lot of people think it's talking about cuss word.
No.
You just heard somebody say S-H-I-T. So I got to report that. You just cussed. Or thinking, when somebody say, man, I swear, man, this wine tastes good. That's not what it's talking about.
Right.
You hear that voice of swearing? It's somebody that declares that they're going to do something to somebody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what it's talking about. And that thing has to be brought forth. And if there's witnesses around that heard him say that, that man got to get put to death.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Like what the world calls swearing, cussing, or profanity is not. You don't see that. Like the worldly perspective is not in the Bible.
Right. Exactly.
It's completely different. Just like a lot of other things are different. But
you want to see an example of cursing. Right. Like say for instance, when you had the one brother, I think his name was Shimei, that
Oh, yeah.
Called King David a bloody man.
I remember that. Yeah.
That was a curse.
Yeah.
Because curses, you know how they say words, you know, are powerful.
They are.
And he cursed, and he was throwing rocks at King David and everything. You know, so he had to be pretty much blacklisted in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And watched. And that's the reason why when King David was dying, he told King Solomon, "Hey, remember how old boy hit me with a sword curse." You know what I'm saying? When Shimei hit me with a sword curse, he's like, man, pretty much saying, put that man somewhere, and if he leaves that, let him know. He said, no, he said, you're a wise man, you know what to do about this. And that's when, you know, King Solomon, you know, pretty much, what do they call it? He kind of banished him from the kingdom on his own property, and told him if he leaves that property, you know, he's dead. You know, he ain't put him in a prison, but he just put him on like how they do big drug dealers and all of that. They put them in prison on their own island and stuff like that. Pretty much did that to him. Yeah. But that was a curse. Yeah. That's what a curse really is. It really affected King David's house. That's why King David was grieving him even on his deathbed. You know what I'm saying? Remember, he said he cursed me with a sword curse. He was grieved by that. You know what I'm saying? You know, because look how it played out inside the kingdom. And it's an ugly thing because blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we love to curse one another. You know what I'm saying? And us cursing one another ain't talking about just man, it's not that what it's talking about. Right. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be you know what I'm saying? You ain't never gonna be you know, you're such and such and this start to shape people's lives. Right. And then you look at the condition. When somebody say that and you look at the condition that you in at the moment. Right. Yeah. And you start thinking, well, damn, this seems about right. You know what I'm saying? She just said that. He just said that, and look at where I live at now. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And those curses counteract faith. Yes, it does. You know what I'm saying? They become an enemy and fight faith tooth and nail. It's messed up, man. You know what I'm saying? It is. They fight us tooth and nail. Now, other people, they can't really curse us like that for real. If we separate, if we integrate it, then anybody can damn curse us then. That's true. If we integrate it. That's true. Because we'll take it, we'll agree with it. We'll agree with that curse and we'll, you know, but if we are separate people, somebody say something, you niggas gonna die one day. Or some stupid stuff like that. Like, well, you know what? Then the fact that we're separate, that curse might come back up on the person that said it. You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, his goddamn family gets wiped the hell out. This is why separation is so important. Right. I agree. Right. It's mental separation and physical separation. You know what I'm saying? Imagine being in a place where you see nothing but black people. You know what I'm saying? You see nothing but blacks. Could you imagine spending a whole year? This is the privilege that white people and everything have over us. One of the privileges anyway. You know, white people can function in society and go like a whole year or two and be great without even seeing one single black person within that 1 or 2 year period. That's true. Us, we gotta see them every goddamn day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So imagine if all of the white people vanish off the face of the earth. Black people will go insane. Yeah. They will go insane. They be like, where's Johnny? Right. Where's Tanner? They be running around on a search trying to find the nearest white person. Right. They have a goddamn television special. Where's Esau? Oh shit! Is he where he might hide himself? I was gonna say, where's Massa? Yeah, where is Massa? You know what I'm saying? You know, niggas scouring the earth trying to find the last white woman. on a whole search hunt. Right. Yeah. But that was it on that. And we'd find them. We'd be messed up if we found them because we'll make them king. Man. You know what I'm saying? We'll make them the royal family over them and go right back into the same situation. Yeah, true. Yeah, that's damn. That's terrible. They'll become, you know what I'm saying, the royal family, some low-level stock of devils. You know what I'm saying? That's terrible. Yeah, man. But, all right, so we done with that? Yeah, we done with that. All right.
That being said, Elijah.
A split. Upon Hakedum, let's face the east. Let's say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw, Shabbat Shemayim, Kadash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'ah, Barzaka, Hayah, Aisha, Baharataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Latandanaw, Lakam, Call, Yawam, Wasalaknaw, Kabawafyanaw, Kasalaknaw, Kabawafyanaw, Wala'ah, Tabayanaw, Manasayawam, Kabo, Oshanaw, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Malakwa, Wa'al, Watapara, Alawalayu, Ama.
In English, our Father,
Our
art in heaven,
hallowed
be thy name.
Yahweh,
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Alahari, Mayan, Raba'ah, Azari, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Asha, Shemayim, Warataza, Al-Yatan, Lamawat, Ragoka, Al-Yanawam, Marka, Mana'ah, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yashan, Shamar, Yashala, Yahweh, Marka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakka, Wa'arak, Galiala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal, Rai, Yashamar, Asnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazalka, Wabawaka, Mayata, Wa'id, I will.
In English, I look up my eyes unto the hills, from which comes my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. From this time forth. And even forevermore.
Prayer for the Hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Babakashah. Tananawa. Hakak. Larpa'ah. Kalmakala. Wakalmadawa. Hakak. Atahar. Amatazarai. Hakak. Lahaka. Amati. Hakak. Arakawa. Hatama'ala. Lagasha. Ba'ashem Yahushua.
In the English, the power. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Name Yahweh Shai.
Please give us the power.
Please give us power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai.
Barak Lanau.
Barak Lanau.
Vayasharala.
Vayasharala.
Wa'abayah.
Wa'abayah.
Sapari.
Sapari.
Barak.
Barak.
Rafa'ah.
Rafa'ah.
Agun.
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 Say the name of levels once, everyone repeats the name once.
On social media, if there's someone that you want to pray for, it's like, if there's someone that you want to pray for, type it in the chat and we will repeat it. Otherwise, all of Israel.
All of Israel.
Israelite School UPK.
Israelite School UPK.
ISUPK Minnesota.
ISUPK Minnesota.
Generals.
General.
Captains.
Captains.
Officers.
Officers.
Troopers.
Troopers.
Students.
Students.
Sisters.
Sisters.
Children.
Children.
Someone's all of the UPK schools.
All the UPK schools.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
All right. Anybody else in the room? Time. Yeah, go ahead.
Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai.
The water among.
The water among. Bless Israel in English. Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Bless us in Israel.
Bless us in Israel.
In the school.
In the school.
Bless Heal, Shield, Protect.
Bless Heal, Shield, Protect.
Loved ones.
Loved ones.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Avdamiyah.
Adamiyah.
Lakah.
Lakah.
Al-Takarash.
Al-Takarash.
Al-Tashakwat.
Al-Tashakwat.
Al.
Al.
Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Al-Yabika.
Yabika.
Yahama.
Yaham.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Imaka.
Alamak.
Yarayamwa.
Yarayam.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Bayata.
Bayata.
Yatazawa.
Nazawa.
Al-Tazawapanka.
Azapong.
Kamarwa.
Kamara.
Lakawa.
Nakawa.
Wanakidam.
Nakidam.
Magalia.
Magawa.
Wala'a.
Mala'a.
Yazakar.
Nazakar.
Sham.
Sham.
Yashala.
Yashala.
Iwata.
Iwata.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nantazawa.
Nazawa.
La'aba.
Aba.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Ayaka.
Ayaka.
Barya.
Barya.
Yakaratwa.
Yakarata.
Alia.
Ali.
Awam.
Anamam.
Wa.
Wa.
Yashimai.
Yashima.
Alayam.
Alayam. No, you said Alayam, you mean Alahayam?
No, Alayam. No,
Okay.
Okay. Mawa'aba.
Mo'ab.
Wa'agari.
Wa'agari.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'imawan.
Waimawan.
Wa'imalat.
Waimalat.
Kalashaf.
Kalashah.
Ain.
Ayin.
Shabia.
Shabi.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gum.
Gum.
Ashawar.
Ashwar.
Nalawa.
Noah.
Amam.
Amam.
Ayawa.
Ayawa.
Zarwa.
Zarwa.
Abanya.
Banya.
Lawat.
Lawat.
Selah.
Salah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Laham.
Laham.
Kamadia.
Kamadi.
Kasiyasura.
Kasiyasara.
Kayabia.
Yaba.
Baraka'o.
Baraka'o.
Kayashwan.
Yashma.
Nashamadwa.
Nashamat.
Bayan Da'ira.
Mayan Da'ara.
Hayawa.
Ayawa.
Daman.
Taman.
Nodama.
Shanam.
Chatama.
Shantam.
Nara.
Nara.
Yab.
Ya.
Mawa.
Mawa.
Kayra.
Kaira.
Wagaza Abba.
Muza'ab.
Wagazabat.
Kazabat.
Wakadazal.
Katazol.
Manai.
Nahai.
Call.
Call.
Nasiyakamba.
Nasilkam.
Nashar.
Narashah.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Nairasha.
Narash.
Nawa.
Now.
Ah.
Ah.
Nawaf.
Awat.
Alahayo.
Alahai.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Shatamba.
Shantam.
Gagwa.
Kagab.
Kakash.
Kukwash.
Panya.
Panya.
Waka'a.
Raka'at.
Kaash.
Ka'ash.
Dabara.
Tabaya.
Yara.
Yar.
Wakalahaba.
Wakalahal.
Dalahat.
Kalahat.
Ari.
Harin.
Tan.
Tan.
Dardatma.
Rakat.
Basiraka.
Masarat.
Basa.
Babasi.
Paska.
Hata.
Dabalaham.
Kalaham.
Ala.
Mala'a.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Kalawan.
Kalawan.
Wabakashwa.
Mamukwash.
Kash.
Shimka.
Yahaw.
Yahaw.
Yabashwa.
Mbash.
Wayaba'awa.
Wayaba'aw.
Aya.
Aya.
Ay.
Ay.
Wakapawa.
Wakapaw.
Wayabadwa.
Wayabak.
Wayadawa.
Wayadaw.
Kayata.
Kayaka.
Kash.
Shimka.
Yahaw.
Yahaw.
Babaka.
Bak.
Ayawan.
Ayawan.
Ah.
Ah.
Call.
Call.
Aharataza.
Zarataza. In the English, keep not thou silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
Lo,
thy enemies make a tumult.
thy enemies make a tumult,
And they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people,
And consulted against thy hidden
and
ones.
consulted against thy hidden one.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
come,
and let us cut them off of being a
and
nation,
let us cut them off from being a nation.
that the name of Israel
That the name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together
They have consulted together
for one consent.
for one consent.
They are confederate
They
against
are
thee.
confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom,
Tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab,
of Moab,
the Hagarenes,
and Hagarenes,
the Baal,
Baal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek.
the Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre,
Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre.
the shore also joined with them.
Sure also was joined with them.
They have hope for the children of Lot.
They have opened the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites,
Going to them as the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of
as
Kishon,
the brook of the sun,
which spirits had endured.
perished the Endor,
They became as dung for the earth.
they became as dung for the earth.
Make the nobles like Oreb,
And the numbers like a rib,
and like Seir.
and like to eat.
Yea,
Yea,
all the princes as Zabah,
all the princes as
and
Seba,
as Amunah,
and as the moon,
who said,
who said,
Let's take to ourselves
let us take to
the
ourselves
houses of God in
the
possession.
house of God in possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my God,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
stir them before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
fire by the wood,
and as the flame sets the mountains on fire.
as the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempests,
Persecute them with thy tempest,
and make them afraid with thy
and
storm.
make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Put the faces of shame,
that they may seek thy
that they
name.
may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded in trouble
let them be confounded in trouble
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame and perish,
let them be put to shame and perish.
that men may know that thou,
That men may know that thou,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the
art
earth.
the most high over all the earth.
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
and Yahweh Shai,
listen to us now,
listen to us now,
right now.
right now.
Send evils and curses,
To evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction
punishment, destruction,
to the heathen
to the heathen
that speak against us,
speak against us,
thy prophets,
the
the
prophets,
teachers,
teachers,
the princes,
princes,
the priests,
priests,
the Israelite brothers,
Israelite brothers,
and the school,
and the schools,
send evils and curses,
to evils and
and
curses,
punishment and destruction
punishment, destruction,
to the heathen,
to the heathen,
and shake loose
and shake
the
loose
treasure of the rich of Israel,
the treasure of the rich of
that
Israel,
refuse to give to the school,
that refuse to give to the school,
force their riches,
force their riches,
to enter thy
and
sanctuary,
enter thy sanctuary,
send evils and curses,
to evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction
punishment, destruction,
to the Edomites,
to the Edomites,
and the nations,
and the nation,
and their drug
and
dealers,
their drug
the
dealers,
court system,
court system,
the prison system,
prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our
and all the
enemies,
governments of our enemies,
Everlasting synagogues and armies,
Amalek, synagogues, and armies,
Roman Catholic
Roman
Church,
Catholic Church,
the Pope,
the Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology,
militia,
militia,
Ku Klux Klan,
West Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Iron Nation,
skinheads,
Skinhead,
Posit Kamatazi,
Kamatazi,
the gay movement,
Gay movement,
the lesbian movement,
Lesbian movement,
spies,
spies,
monks of witchcraft,
witchcraft,
NASA space program,
and space program,
Army,
Army,
Navy,
Navy,
Air Force,
Air Force,
Marines,
Marines,
Wall Street,
Wall Street,
open up the internet,
open up the internet,
and the airwaves,
and airways,
the cable access channel,
able access
and the
channel,
radio channels.
the radio channel,
Convict the spirit of any of thy people
we spirit in thy people,
that seek to stop us,
seek to stop
and
us,
bring swift destruction
bring swift destruction
to all the heathen
to all the heathen,
that stand in the way,
stand in the way,
or try to stop us
try to stop us,
from broadcasting your word
broadcasting your word,
throughout the planet Earth.
planet earth,
That lose all the plagues,
let us out the plague,
cause them to go to and fro
down to and fro,
through the earth and consume
to
them.
the earth, consume them,
Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer.
let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer,
Let Yahweh Shai,
let Yahweh Shai,
Michael and Gabriel,
Michael and Gabriel,
come down to flying
down
saucers
the flying saucer,
and punish all the heathen
punish all the heathen,
that come up against us
come against us,
as we speak thy word,
speak thy word,
cause we known by all.
because we know by all,
That is the angels that done it,
there's angels that have done it,
cause we spread through the media
have been spread to the media,
throughout the whole world,
the whole world,
cause them to shake at thy coming.
cause them to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahweh Shai,
And Yahweh Shai,
thank you always.
thank you always,
So be it.
so be it.
Sorry. All right, with that, Shalom, Israel. Christ.